right, everybody ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, as I say... Oh, sorry, Yahtzee, you were on the precipice of saying something.
I was just going to say, as I'll ever be.
Oh, well then, that was worth it. Hey there, Internet! My name is Jack Packard. Welcome to Adventures Nigh. I'm your Dungeon Master, and I am here with Amy Campbell.
That's me, and I play Dabarella Yeatster.
Jesse Galena.
That's me, and I play Grinderbin.
Casey Wosu.
That's me. I play Sigmar the Iceblood.
And Yahtzee Croshaw.
Do you have a little chart where you keep track of what order you've introduced us all in every episode?
To whoever shows up to the Zoom call first.
Fair enough.
In order of Zoom call.
That's
Amy
why I'm
was
nearly
first.
always last.
That's why
And
Amy is usually last, by the way, yeah.
Well, anyway, and I play Mortimer Rafflesworth Everwin Smythe.
Last time on Adventure is Nigh, absolute chaos, mayhem, and bloodshed. You all had your showdown with Celia, the mushroom queen, the mushroom goddess. You discovered that Celia had found herself in a bit of an echo chamber and has convinced herself of the most evilish of deeds.
Yes, and we very soberly and determinedly blew her ass to hell.
Yes, by having her roll a quite remarkable -3 dexterity check, you literally blew her up. There's little bits of her on a wall. You ran into Egalier Frostbones. You ran into some human warriors who were out for a bounty on all of your heads. Grinderbin discovered a long-lost cousin. And then, of course, the floor caved in and you found yourself in the colossal cavern of King Fuzzyhug. And that's where we are right now. As the dust settles, as the last pebbles fall, why doesn't everyone give me a general perception check and I'll give you the layout of the land.
Still with advantage, because that's wisdom, and I fucked it up anyway.
Yeah. These are bad rolls for me and Mortimer.
Oh God, this might come under the perception check. Did the skull come down with us?
Oh, you do not see the skull currently, is what I will say. Grinderbin, with your 16, what you notice here is like if I, here's, by the way, see how tiny my hand is? That's how big this gosh dang map
there's
is.
I had to zoom out to figure out where your hand was.
Yeah.
Oh, it's over there.
It's a big-ass cavern.
So, Grinderbin, you notice over here some more dust that has recently fallen, as if maybe more things have fallen over here.
Okay.
The other thing I will give you, I will give both you and Dabarella for rolling over a 10 perception check, is as the quiet takes over the cavern, as all the rocks fall, the thing both of you notice is a rhythmic, deep breathing, just an incredibly large, like...
Oh, gee, I wonder what's making that.
But specifically like slow and rhythmic.
Ooh, sleepy well.
Okay, so even for 7, the other thing you will notice is, again, something that's hard to communicate via the map is, let's see here, Mortimer and Dabarella way down, I gotta even zoom out for this. Way down at the bottom of the map, you can see big tunnels. Mm-hmm. And for Grinderbin and Sigmar, kind of over here, you can see large tunnels that you would assume would be the ones that Fuzzyhug has been using to traverse the area.
Got it.
Okay,
and we
then.
can see Fuzzyhugs.
You can see Fuzzyhugs.
Hard to
Fuzzyhug
miss a tower.
I just want to make sure.
Absolutely. Like, I'm going to say, like, you can, like, peek around this little, like, rock wall that you're behind, and you can see Fuzzyhugs. You can see that he is currently laying in a pool of lava, if you will.
Oh, so warm.
And appears to be sleeping, as far as you and Dabarella know.
All right, Grinderbin's gonna look behind and be like, "Is everybody okay? Is everybody all right? Nobody got hurt in the fall?"
Yeah, let me zoom in to you. And yeah, you see you're with Egalier. You're also with Captain Goodair. You have Albert and Moped with you, and they all kind of, get up and dust themselves off. And, Moped's like, oh, we gotten the shit this time. Oh, I don't like this. And everyone looks to be fine, just dusting themselves off. No, Egalier says, no, looks like no major injuries. What do you see around that corner, Grinderbin?
Okay. When I say don't panic, I really need you to take that to heart. Okay? Like, I need you to just internalize that, like, a God stepped down from heaven and told you to not worry about something.
Oh, they gotta be worried about the God stepping down from heaven.
This is a tall order you're asking of. We are seasoned warriors, veterans, and diplomats. I'm sure we can handle whatever it is over there.
Oh, see that? You say that now. But there is... All right. We're not gonna attack. I really need to make that clear. Do not. And
as soon as you say we're not going to attack, all the humans, kind of grab at their weapons. Like, what is on the, Becky Goodair is definitely like, what is on the other side of that wall, Grinderbin?
Look, it is a creature that is causing the earthquakes. And
Wait,
it is...
Fuzzy? So Sigmar wants to interrupt. Wait, Fuzzyhug is over there?
Yeah, Fuzzyhug is right there, just on the other side of this. And boy howdy, he is quite the specimen. We need...
He's big, ain't
he? You were not exaggerating.
I tried to tell you guys.
It's it's kind of hard to just imagine something like that truly is as magnificent as you said.
Mortimer sort of snuck out of cover into the cavern proper. Can I... do I have any indication where the others are? And can they see me from where I am?
Before Mortimer gets too far, though, I want to make sure, Dabriella has tugged his coat and gone, psst, Mortimer.
What?
Fuzzyhug is asleep. He's asleep.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure we could have a fucking jazz quartet in here and he wouldn't hear it. Look at the size of the motherfucker.
But we should still be mindful. It means that as long as we're smart, we should be okay.
Oh, more pressure. Okay, we need to reunite with our fellows, because the plan was to try to talk to this thing, and none of us speak Celestial. All the Celestial speakers are somewhere else.
That's true.
Unless any of those dwarves do, which I doubt.
I don't think they can, but Poppers might be able to see the others. Miss Crunchyfoot.
Yeah?
Can you see our friends anywhere by any chance?
Oh no, I don't see nothing. I see the giant worm, and that's about it. And Popper's like, I spent a lot of time in mines, and my eyes are pretty well adjusted. You cannot get me to look away from the ginormous beast in front of us, though, and I don't see anyone around us.
Well, it seems to be sleeping right now, and considering what Celia was putting it through, it's probably gonna go into a pretty deep sleep. A very well-earned deep sleep, I would say.
How? No, I don't. Whoa.
Okay. It's okay. Don't panic.
Okay.
We should probably try and find our friends, because if we're together, it'll be a little bit easier. And some of our friends are like, woo, special people.
I would be much happier if I was with all the soldiers, yes.
I'm just going to follow the wall away from Fuzzyhug's face.
Okay. You're going to follow the wall.
Creep. Follow me, everyone.
Creep.
Alrighty. Guess we're sneaking.
So yeah, as you make your way around the kind of cave wall you're in, you do see little bits of people in the distance. I mean, they are quite a ways away.
Bits of people.
They are all chatting with Grinderbin and Sigmar, and they do not notice you. Let's cut back up to Grinderbin and Sigmar.
Like I'm trying to hug this wall because Grinabin said Fuzzyhug is around the corner. So I want to see if I can. I don't know if I need to do another check, but I'm trying to like get a gauge on what Fuzzyhug is doing from here.
And kind of using that, like if you want to do like a specific investigation on Fuzzyhug, yeah, you can give me that number.
All right.
Nearly a 1.
Okay, that is a 13. And so, yeah, now that you are kind of specifically focused on Fuzzyhug, here, let me zoom out so you can see Fuzzyhug. Yeah, you're kind of noticing that same thing that Grinderbin and Dabarella did, where it's like there is this, deep rhythmic breathing and like, some movement, but almost like a comforting movement, as if like you are snuggling into a big quilt on a cold night, like. So, but you are seeing like this massive beast, like inhale, exhale, and it's taking a long time for inhaling and exhaling as it's, colossal.
And yeah, I want to let them know, like, it sounds like Fuzzyhug is asleep, actually.
All right, that's good. Okay.
Yoo-hoo!
Oh, thank goodness you're here.
Oh, sorry, I forgot you nobles stand on ceremony. May I introduce His Majesty King Fuzzyhug? King Fuzzyhug, may I introduce Sigma Iceblood, Eggle Frostbones, bunch of human nobles whose names I never committed to memory.
That's fair. Okay, so as Eggelir kind of steps forward to try to take charge of the situation, Queen O kind of cuts her off. And speaks to the 4 of you and said, I can't believe it. It's precisely what we had thought it was. There is a giant being down here that was causing all of the earthquakes. I would never have believed it had I not seen it with my own eyes. It all adds up.
Oh, to be fair to the giant creature right there, it was only causing them because it was being aggravated by...
Yeah.
Celia?
There we go.
Aggravated
it's okay
by
to forget your mom's name, Grinderbin.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm going to go on a limb here and say combat with that thing, probably not going to end too well for us.
Terrible idea.
Also, it does seem to be an innocent creature, and you guys already know, like, I'm not about just attacking stuff for the sake of attacking.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Hark at Mr. Best Behaved Boy Scout troop flag over here.
Look, I'll stab the shit out of a dickhead, but come on, this is a sleeping worm.
Sigma! Just remember the company we're in.
That's all right, Dabarella, says Eggelir. I'm used to his crudeness. Though I would say yes, maybe perhaps the others aren't. Sigmar, tone it down a bit. Yes, I agree with you.
In my head, I'm more thinking the reason the humans are here is because we killed them.
Oh, right.
So you know what?
Yeah, I stab a man.
Oh, it's locked in there. Don't you worry, Deborah.
Well, we weren't denying that.
Okay. And yes, Eggelir was like, I agree with you. Tactically, I don't believe we have the manpower to take on a beast of that size. And Becky Goodhair kind of, puffs up a little bit and is like, but it's sleeping now. We should be able to do something to make sure it doesn't wake up again.
Look, seriously, whatever your name was, you're not strong enough for that. None of us are strong enough for that. Just move on, okay? More plans.
Yeah, and we have a plan to take care of it. So if you all... I don't know, you could stay here and fortify just in case, or if you want to see a way for us to get out of here, maybe check what's in that cave over there, down that path, we'll take care of this.
Yes, we will. All right, huddle up, team. Huddle up, worm specialists.
Worm specialist.
Earthquake investigation squad.
So I can see Grinderbin's got his megaphone, right?
Grinderbin, has been kind of, you have a hand on your megaphone this entire time, yes.
So are we still, I assume since you built that thing, we still want to go with the plan of trying to talk to it? I assume we're going to need someone who speaks Celestial to talk to it.
Everyone looks at Sigma.
Yeah, you do speak Celestial, right?
Like, I mean, I am known for my words and speeches.
Look, if we can communicate with it, that would be. If you could communicate with it, that'd be good. But if you need someone to tag in, let me know. I can help you out with that.
Wait, Grindabin, didn't you get some scrolls
I did, yes.
that help us hear the things properly?
Exactly.
Oh.
But I only have a limited amount, so if we can get this
How
done
many?
without using... I have 2.
So wait, what do these scrolls do? They allow you
make
to
it so
hear
you
the
can,
language, or you can communicate as well.
you can understand the language, any language, which is a bizarre sentence because, like, what about body language? What about sign language? Braille? Does that count? I don't actually know. It's a weird spell, but that's what it does. So, if we have to rely on it, or if Fuzzyhugs doesn't speak a language, we can find a way to use it on Fuzzyhugs, so Fuzzyhugs will be able to understand us. Because if we use it, he can't understand us.
Maybe he understands interpretive dance. Something you may not know about me is that I too like to dance.
He might. I'm not really sure what the boundaries of this are.
Well, we're never gonna find anything out till we wake this sucker up.
Yeah, that's my concern. Like, we will have to wake him up to talk to him, and then once he's up, like, what do we do if this conversation doesn't go the way we want?
I've got an idea for that too. And
I'm all
Grindelwald
Tell
ears.
us.
gestures to the big bag of food and be like, Gabriella, if you start cooking something that just smells fantastic, then it'll be like waking up naturally to like the smell of baked goods or something. And then it's not some weird little tiny creatures banging on his hard shell trying to wake him up, but then he just wakes up slowly and naturally, sees something delightful in
How
front
much
of him.
food did you bring?
Oh my gosh, just an absolute bag load.
We are ants to this thing, Grindelwald.
Like, yeah, Grindelwald, if an ant cooked you breakfast, like, would that wake you up? Like, I don't, I don't understand.
little
an ant
fried egg
cooked
a
me-
millimeter across.
If an ant cooked a breakfast the size of, you know, a small dog, which is kind of what I got in here, then yeah, I would definitely notice that.
There's one other option.
Yeah.
The only reason we knew about Fuzzyhugs in the first place was our dear friend Jeremy, who I immortalized by having my green nails. We could, if we had to, ask him really nicely to wake his friend up and tell him we're friends.
You may call upon me at any time for whatever need, and I will channel the power of the ethereal plane to aid you.
Well, we only have one boon with Jeremy. You know what? That's actually might be a good point. Perhaps we can invoke Jeremy. Perhaps if we just say to King Fuzzyhugs, Jeremy sent us, perhaps that would give him a pause to listen.
Do we know if they're friends?
But on that note, if they are like of the same like ethereal plane kinship, then could we use Jeremy's boon to essentially exercise Fuzzyhug back to its plane if it's not supposed to be here?
Maybe.
Well, we want,
It's the exorcism
hopefully-
episode, everyone.
Well, I'm hoping we can do something very much along those lines, because then there'll be a body with no spirit left in it, with a big old platinum heart ripe for the taking. Although nobody else needs to know that. That's why we're huddling up.
But then how would we do that? Because like Jeremy told us like the spell before, right?
Look, let me do the talking. I'm the silver-tongued bard.
But you can't. Sigmar has to do the talking.
Sigmar can simultaneously translate. That's a thing we can do.
But your silver tongue doesn't help when Sigmar does the talking.
He just has to say exactly what I say in precisely
And
the
surely
same
that
tone
would
of
give him an
voice.
advantage.
It's true. Sigmar would have to do that.
Will? Obviously not.
As you all are discussing this, Captain Goodair walks up to you and just says, "I'm not sure what you're all planning here. We are in an incredibly dangerous situation, but please don't think that I've forgotten that we are taking you all to justice. If we are not here to fight this being, then we need to find a way to leave so I can take you back to the castle."
I mean, that's literally what I asked you all, if you wanted to do that, was to find another way out while we take care of this. Because while it is not a current problem, it is still something that we have been hired to take care of.
So yeah, Becky, did you find a way out? Huh? Did you do your job while you're over here questioning us?
Sigma.
I am not
Sigma. They teleported in. Sigma.
I am not leaving. I am not letting you leave my sight. And at that, kind of Egalier and Queen O, I'm not going to say they take your side, but what I am going to say is they attempt to diffuse the situation. Queen O says, apologies, I understand we've all just met, but the earthquakes have been a major problem for my dwarven kingdom. And Egalier, joins that, like, we live in the mountains. Yes, this is a huge deal. The earthquakes will affect everyone. This is a problem we should deal with. I understand I have made certain promises regarding these criminals, but perhaps we could move that to the back burner. And then the three of them start, I'm not colluding, but, the three of them start negotiating with passion.
All right. Well, I think it's decided that we're probably going to be talking to this thing. So everyone who wants to help sort out this thing, let's all move around to a spot that's a little bit closer to Mr. Fuzzyhug's head. Let's go back around. Let's go back. Let's take a long way round.
Before we do, was your contraption designed to work with the skull or on its own?
On its own.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, can you carry it? It is really heavy.
Of course.
And Dabarella just picks it up like it's a feather.
Yes. Yeah. Dabarella picks it up like overhead with ease, like do 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 do. And as you walk away, Queen O says, "We will work on fortifying a defensive position. We will be over in this tunnel over here to make sure that we have a backup plan in case you all get eaten."
Magic.
That's very fair.
Before we go, I don't know why, just Dabarella feels the need to do this. She says to Soaring Crunchyfoot, she says, can you just make sure you take care of Poppers, please? He's been through a lot, and I just think he could really just use some extra protection, just in case. He's been a really good friend, and so have you.
Oh, well, thanks. We like Poppers a lot. Of course I'd look after him. I'd look after any of my subjects.
Aw, you're really awesome.
Like, he's been incredibly helpful to you and to us, clearing up our misunderstanding. Sorry again about accusing you of bad things and kidnapping your friend and bringing him down here.
Well, that's okay. Thank you for being so kind and understanding.
Oh, great. I think, it's important that we get through this now before you're probably going to get eaten, so, it's probably good that we clear the air.
Yeah,
very possible.
Yeah.
Sigmar wants to say to Poppers before he joins the rest of his group. Like, Poppers, I know we've been through a lot. Even if you're not glowing anymore, I still know you got the glow in you.
Thank you.
Adorable.
Right, come on, team. Time's a wasting.
Yeah, he looks to the other dwarves and he's like, "Is that an upsider thing? I don't."
he boops him on the nose before he leaves.
Boops him on the. You boop him on the nose.
You got the glow.
Bit condescending.
All right. So yes, the squadron all make their way to that tunnel entrance over there, and you see them start moving rocks and creating the best defensive position that they can as you all head towards Fuzzyhug.
As we walk over, Dabarella goes,
Hey, team.
Yeah.
We should probably have a cool name or something. We've been together a little while now, and we've been through some cool stuff. If people ever wanted to write songs and things about us, what are they gonna call us?
Fabulous Mortimer +3.
Yeah, I don't like
Mortimer
that
3.
The
I don't have any
Wormbusters.
better suggestions. Who you gonna call? Wormbusters! I think that's got a nice ring to it.
We haven't busted any worms yet. Hopefully we won't have to.
There's a nice pillar here. That's all. There's a little bit of cover if we need it.
That's true.
Yeah, and as you all get closer to Fuzzyhug, it's almost like when you go to a concert and you hear the sound test and it's that low hum. It's just a constant, almost pressure of that of his intense breathing is just creating this like low hum energy around you, where you feel the bass in your rib cage.
Does it feel good?
Okay.
I mean, it's not hurting you. It's just like it's. Imagine the sound coming out of this thing. You know.
Yeah. All right. Here's my thought, Gabriella. I got all this food. If you can make something great and very fragrant, whatever you think Fuzzyhug would enjoy, I'm gonna put my faith in you that you know. Mortimer.
He really likes rocks.
Well, he chews through them, but we don't
Might
know
like
if
'em.
that's...
that's more a mobility thing or a, like snack. Not sure.
Well,
If
if
Mortimer,
the thing has a platinum heart, it might have a silicon-based digestive system.
it might.
Well, my
the best shot
thinking
we got.
is, we talk to King Fuzzyhugs, we bring up Jeremy from the ethereal plane, then we see where we are, see if we can gauge the intelligence of the thing.
I don't like the way Jack's laughing right now, but anyway, we've come this far. Let's fucking talk to a worm.
Let's do it.
No, well, that's the
Alright.
thing. Like I said, I try to plan for a lot of contingencies, and I just love the bluntness. It's like, we're just gonna go talk to the worm god. Fuck it, and I love it. I'm here for it.
All right.
Well, I'll cook first.
yeah.
Dabarella will cook first.
Grindelbin will dump out the bag, so so Gabrielle can see all the ingredients, and also Dory, who can go back in the bag. Oh, hey,
I'm back
Dory.
underground.
Yeah.
Where's this? Oh,
We haven't had any need for doors recently, so I hope things have been
Okay.
okay in there.
What happened to that bed?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, okay.
I got rather excited because a hand came in, but it just pulled out the bed. So far, this adventure has been a lot of Dory in the bag. Oh, bye.
Dabarella looks around in awe at all of the food, starts getting a tiny bit teary, and goes, "Thank you, my friend." I wanted to make something like chocolatey and sweet, and that is unusual, because in my head, I think we might as well like double down here and see if it's worth getting a little taste ourselves in case there's some magical effect.
Find out what it is.
You never know what could come in handy right now. You never know.
Fair.
It would make, yes, it could make us irresistible to women.
So I just want to make some big pastries. Like if we've only got minimal chocolate, instead of doing like the chocolate croissants that have like the inside, it would be more like she's like mass baking the croissants and then like getting like heating up the chocolate, kind of adding some like cinnamon and things to like bring it up. To then just drizzle over the top, so then we've got that fragrance and something a little bit different. That is Dabarella's plan to cook. So she's gonna go, I'm gonna make some pastries, like our friends Bread and Skelly taught me to make. But we
Is that
don't
your
have
solution to every fucking monstrosity we're going to run into, Dabarella? You're just going to make croissants at them?
I hope so.
It has worked so far.
Well, Anus Quiver was a very special case.
Damn right she was. we cut back to Anus Quiver and go, oh, my ears are burning. Someone talk about me. Oh.
All right, fine. Baking probably create the nicest smell anyway.
It's the best option we've got, Mortimer. And that's not true. When we fought the mech, I used my fists.
If this all goes to hell, I think we should probably summon Jeremy and get that boon. Does
that's not a bad
anyone know
idea.
does anyone know how to do that off the top of their heads?
He said we would.
I would leave that to Grinderbin as the only person to have actually seen the celestial plane.
Do we just have to like say, hey, well I won't say it, but just like ask him to come down in like a clear voice?
Don't you usually like pray to gods? Is that how this works?
I don't even know if he was a god. He was a spirit.
Just some dude who happened to be a celestial.
He was a spirit from the ethereal realm.
He was our friend. He was our friend.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm gonna make some food now. Dabarella turns around, pops the hat on.
Are you ready to start talking, Sigmar?
Well, we gotta wait till it wakes up.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm ready as soon as Dabarella's food is ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the smell
Okay.
of baking waking up the worm at all?
So like 15, 20 minutes goes by. Dabarella has, for croissants, which, you have been trained to make a relatively simple dish. I'm not even going to make you roll for it. You can absolutely make chocolate croissants. This glorious wafting aroma fills the area around
And
you.
Mortimer, wafted over with his cloak.
Absolutely, yeah. You're
Smart.
wafting it in Fuzzyhug's general direction. And everyone give me a perception check.
I have bonus in perception, but
With advantage, as always.
12.
I did it.
Hey, natural 20.
23, dang.
Ooh, not bad.
Nice work.
Wow, Dabarella. Sometimes the dice knows the character. So you are a cook. This is your life. Part of being a cook is understanding the customers, understanding the eater, what they want to eat. With your natural 20, a 23 perception check, as this glorious scent wafts towards what you can only assume are nostrils of giant Fuzzyhug. We assume Fuzzyhug can smell. What you notice is absolutely no movement, but you know that he smells it. So with a natural 20, what I'm going to say you are able to figure out is Fuzzyhug's nutrition isn't necessarily food-based.
Dabarella's gonna turn to the team and go, I've been cooking for a long time, and convey it to the party. And she goes, he can smell it, but I don't think he eats. It's not waking him up or anything. I think something else fills him up.
What do you mean something else fills him up? What besides
Well-
food fills up living things?
Well, the only other thing I could think of is, well, we know Celia was smacking it to aggravate him. Maybe it likes sound. Except that was an angry sound. So it wouldn't make your tummy happy.
Oh, God.
Can I do a history check and think of if there's any precedence of celestials consuming sound waves or something? Is that like a possibility?
You can give me like a history or an arcane. Yeah.
Maybe the clue's in his name. Maybe he likes touch. Maybe he just likes hugs.
The dude's covered in spikes.
Yeah, but they're really big. They'd be easy to avoid in a hug.
Okay, 19 on history.
I think the most you'll do is give him an itch, the size he is.
But his name is
Sigmar.
Hugs.
But his name is Hugs. To think about angelic folk and just think about energy is food is just fuel. It's just energy, and that energy can come from multiple sources. Some human folk or human-like folk or plant folk can't comprehend, kind of like how our eyes can't see the full spectrum of colors. There is some energy that you all as mortals cannot see.
So we can't feed them. Is basically what you're what you're getting at.
I am specifically not saying that. What I'm saying is there is no universe in which you know enough about Fuzzyhug to make
To know
a history
what he
check.
eats. Got it.
If
Well-
everyone wants to give me an arcane check, we can try to suss this out magically.
With advantage.
Throws
Damn,
the
Mary Berry, you don't get any more of those.
Ooh, 25
Yeah,
for Grinderbit.
Mortimer says we need to find a source for those Mary berries. Jesus Christ.
Right? There we go. So let's see here. Mortimer, you got a 19. Grinderbin, 25. Big old 25. So, as you're all discussing this, Dabarella is saying, food has no effect, and I know food, and I know how it affects people. And Sigmar is talking angels and bullshit, and it's just I don't know, energy or some shit. he doesn't fully know what's going on is Mortimer and Grinderbin. Like Grinderbin, you have you are pure artificer. Your magic is building. Mortimer, your magic is that of charisma, and you kind of put your brains together and realize that it very well might be much like Mortimer's bardic ability. It might be emotional energy, emotional nutrition that King Fuzzyhug or any ethereal being could eat.
So we gotta send good vibes.
Okay. I'm the bard. I'm the charismatic bard. Give me the megaphone. I'll sing my lovely song.
Do you sing? We've never heard you sing.
I sing in real life.
Wait, who's in that, Mortimer or?
Yes, Mortimer
Yahtzee comes into the cavern like, hey, I sing in real life.
I'm a bard of the College of Eloquence. I have a very good speaking voice, and usually being a good singer goes along with that.
Dabrella was going to try and interject, but I'm not going to interrupt. If we actually get to hear some singing right now, I'm not going to stop.
I guess, Mortimer, you may do whatever you want, but what I will tell Yahtzee is that this is your feeling in conferring with Grinderbin's incredible role is this isn't necessarily about performance, it's about emotion. What I want to say is I want you to do something, but as someone who knows the character of Mortimer, we need some emotional resonance is all I'm saying.
I think instead of trying to do something that sounds good, maybe we should just do something heartfelt. Like if we all kind of do a little half circle around them and just start saying things we're grateful for.
You're being real generous with the term half circle.
Okay.
This is gonna sound real. So, has Grinda been told everyone that he thinks it's okay? Deborah goes, look, I know this is gonna sound silly, but I really liked fairy tales and things when I was little too. And it always sounds silly because it's always like true love's first kiss and things. But maybe we have to like hug or something. Because I don't think we've ever really shown our feelings for each other. And maybe we just have to like hug and mean it. More like maybe we just have to say I love you really loud and mean it.
I'm at a disadvantage here.
I've crafted the perfect enemy.
You're asking me.
Emotional damage.
You need me to be sincere when I express love for something.
Yeah.
We need genuine.
Dabarella, pass the croissants.
Oh, good. I want some of those.
Everyone in front of the megaphone. Everyone in front of the megaphone.
All right, Grinderbin has set up his megaphone facing Fuzzyhug.
All right. I thought we were hugging it, but all right.
Yep, let's hug it in front of the megaphone. Let's hug it out. Let's eat croissants. And Mortar will say, I love your baking, Dabarella. My God, it's some tasty fucking shit right here. I really appreciate having you around to cook for us. I don't think I've said it enough.
That really means a lot. I just wanted to say, there were some mean people that were mean to me once before. But being with you makes me all really happy inside, and it means the world to me that you like my food. And that's for all of you. And I think you're all really cool and neat. And King Fuzzyhugs, if you can hear us, I'm really sorry about what happened to you. That was really mean, and it was awful that they had to make you so cranky and things. And I hope that if you need anything, we're here to listen and help.
Through the Disney magic of the megaphone, what I will say is what you notice as you are now like rather close to this being
and hugging.
Oh, I'm sorry. You are hugging as well.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
we're hugging.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
hugging and we're eating.
Friendship is magic, Jack.
So here's, I agree with you. So what I will say is, as Mortimer starts talking about his very surface level love of basic needs and cookery, you don't notice anything. But Dabarella, who is an emotional and open person, you start to notice a kind of a glitter come from the megaphone and head towards Fuzzyhug. You don't notice Fuzzyhug stirring at all, but you can kind of see the translation of emotions. It's very faint right now, is what I will say.
It's working.
All right, so Sigmar, after taking a bite of the croissant, says, "You guys probably would never have guessed this about me, but I didn't really have a lot of friends back home."
Deborah starts crying.
Looks at all your knives and is like, makes sense. It scans.
Yeah, go on.
So I just want to say, I've actually really liked hanging out with you guys because I haven't really had anyone who, I won't say gets me, but maybe tolerates is a better word. But I don't know. You guys are pretty cool and fun, and I don't know. Like I like that we're a group. Like I hope we get to keep doing this. And he takes another bite of croissant.
Deborah is crying. She's overcome at this point.
You see those glitters, with Sigmar's, opening up like an elevation of those glitters. Still no movement from Fuzzyhug, but like you definitely see the signal is amplifying.
Cool.
Grindelwald's turn.
Take a bite of croissant and you're like, I've had a lot happen to me. I've lived a pretty long life in these 9 months, but this last time where I've been able to be with you all, I know one of the things in my incredibly well-lived and long life is that, people come and go, and that's okay. But it's really great to be able to stay with you for this period. And I think you are just all a delight. And whether I was, when I was going through the cave and when I was out there, I really wanted to make sure that you all were safe and that we could continue on and grow. Because you know what, Sigmar, I do more than tolerate you. I enjoy your presence. You know what, Dabarella, you are one of the sweetest people that I have ever met. And it is just kind of overwhelming at times. Looks at Mortimer and is like, you've been through a lot of shit. And I know you got some unpacking to do. And I want you to know that you can unpack it here and be safe.
All right, Mortimer says. All right, I'll try again. I got shit to unpack, you're right. You want to know something? My name isn't Mortimer.
What?
My name isn't Mortimer Raffles with Everyone Smythe. You want to know something? I made that up in the cart just before we all met. When I woke up and introduced myself, that was the first time I'd ever said that name. It's also not the first time I've made up a name.
You like lying and you're very good at it.
Well, I've had to be good at it. I've been alone my whole life. Truth be told, I don't really know what my real name is. Most of what I remember from my childhood was just running from one thing to the next. Growing up on the streets. Friends were just liabilities, But, after we were bonded together at the end of the Jade Homunculus mission, I began to realize that maybe I want to build something of my life. Maybe I don't want to just run from one identity to the next, from one scheme to the next. Maybe I want to be part of something. And maybe that could be this ragtag crew of misfits. And a bar. And I hope we're going to go back to that nightclub and I hope that together we're going to sting the motherfucking shit out of the people who live in that fucking city for everything they're worth, and we're going to do it as a team. That's what I hope for.
I think you make a pretty good Mortimer.
Yeah, if it's all
Thank you,
the same to
Deborella.
you, I'm fine with calling you Mortimer. Maybe that can be your name now.
Well, it's as I said, it's as real a name as I've ever had.
Dabrella squeezes a little bit harder.
Yes, and with that squeeze, the full, raw emotional resonance comes through the megaphone, and, you know, it's probably not rainbows, but some really cool effect that Omar will make later. Showers over Fuzzyhug, and you all see Fuzzyhug like stir a little bit, and you would say, like, you know, happy, satisfied face from Fuzzyhug, and then he lets out a giant yawn. Just the way I have to do this. All right, and then it's kind beautiful. Of like, you know, you cartoon like wind tunnel wise, you all like get blown back a little bit as Fuzzyhug lets out this giant yawn, and he just kind of looks at you and blinks a couple times, and you just hear. And then just looks at you again.
Like, Sigmar, did you understand a word of that?
Was that words? Could I understand
was that celestial?
What Sigmar, you do speak celestial. What I will say is, you know, think about like kind of like modern day English speakers listening to like Shakespearean time, where it's like you can make out a few words, but it doesn't make a ton of sense. And so just like kind of looks at you.
Celestial.
Basically, yeah, where like the cadence is weird. Some of the words you definitely don't know.
I think we might need those scrolls, Grinderbin.
Grinderbin will pull out one of the scrolls and activate it, reading it. Whatever I need to do to activate it on Grinderbin.
Okay, great. And yeah, the scroll, you know, burns up as you read it. And so this is comprehend languages.
Yes.
Let's see here. Let me just... You know, what we're going to say is the bullshit I'm going to make up just because it helps the story move along faster is this is a two-way street now. Is you have heard this ancient language, and so now you can comprehend, which also means speak back. That's what I'm going to say.
All right, sweet. Be like, oh, let me talk in that megaphone for a minute, see if this worked. Be like, hello there. Are you King Fuzzyhugs?
And the other three of you hear him go. But Grinderbin, what you hear is, I've been called that.
Tell him we're the ones that stopped that thing that was making him go mad.
You're like, we have been trying to find you. We stopped the person. We know someone's been aggravating you with some loud, angry noises.
I know, right? What a bunch of jerks.
Oh, definitely. So that's taken care of. And we want to make sure that you're okay because, you know, when they were jostling you around and you were moving down here, it was causing massive earthquakes, and there's a whole society of people, and it was like causing major problems for them, and they're right above you. And then there's a whole surface world where that was causing problems too. From all this like wiggling around, and we know that's not your fault. You were being, you know, not persuaded. You were being, you know, agitated to do that, and you didn't know it was doing that.
Okay.
Ask him why he came here from the ethereal plane.
Okay, so why did you come here from the ethereal plane? What's your goal here?
I know I was banished.
Why were you banished? He was banished.
Okay, I wonder why.
That's why I just asked. I'll find out in a moment.
Oh, they said like King Fuzzyhug doesn't have any hands, but you're imagining finger quotes.
Will Spikes kind of do this?
They said I was a drain on society. I didn't pull my own weight. You know, basic stuff. So my essence got transported here.
Do you like it here? Do you like this body you have?
Great, right? I like the body. The body meets meat, you know? But I like it here.
That's true.
So warm and nice.
I'm wondering why Jeremy sent us after him if he didn't want him to bring him back or something like that. Ask him if he remembers Jeremy.
I'm not going to bring up Jeremy yet. I'm still worried that might be a sore subject.
Ask him how long ago he was banished. Maybe there's been a change of government or something.
Oh, maybe. Hey, how long have you been banished?
Time is irrelevant to me.
Ask him who's in charge.
Yeah. Well, like, have you just been sleeping the whole time? Do you have any sort of routine that maybe, give us some idea?
I try to sleep as much as possible, except for when the banging happened.
So you're
just
going to go back to sleep now? Is that the plan?
So all you want to do is just slumber and not be disturbed?
That would be great. But if there's any more loud noises, I'm going to try to find the noise. And thanks for breakfast, by the way. But yeah, if I could sleep all the time, it'd be great. It's hard being a being of light and emotion. No? You know, Sam? No, Sam.
Can you go back to where you're from?
Yeah, ask him if he'd like to go back if he is weary in his present form.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. I hear a lot of chatter down there, but I can only listen. I can only understand one of you.
Can you go back to where you came from? Were you banished forever, or?
That's usually what a banishment is forever. I suppose if I felt like working at it, I could go back. But who has time? Am I right? Right?
But if
time is no concept to me. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Here's the other thing about being a being of light and emotion. You don't have a body, so you don't realize how cold you are, you know? And here it's warm. I like being warm.
Would he prefer just a different body? I can
see.
Sure, he can't go back, but why couldn't we try and put him in something else? I mean, someone put Albert in a shovel.
That's true. Hey, so do you want? Can you transfer into a different body, or are you kind of just stuck in that one?
I can't transfer. My essence was put here as part of the banishment, but talk to the higher ups.
I just want to mention something. I do have Mole-Cut Purse's stuff. We know for a fact that Jeremy got trapped in a statue. I'm not saying...
It's possible that, I guess, dark wizardry could do such a thing.
But none of us are dark wizards or know how to use a dark wizard staff.
I mean, Aegalier is the closest thing we got to a dark wizard.
Okay, ask him if he would prefer to sleep all the time or just occasionally get to feel really good vibes like what we just gave him. Because we could possibly arrange that.
All right. Be like, question. I'm not sure where this is going, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Is it something where you just want to sleep all the time and just not be disturbed? Or do you want something to kind of like wake you up sometimes with those good vibes?
The food, the breakfast was great, though I, intake that passively. So that just happens. It floats by me and I pick it up. So I would prefer to sleep all the time and, I'll just take in those vibes.
Tell them we know of a place that was often full of people who were really excited and happy, and he could just sleep near there.
Where was that?
The arena in the Dwarven City.
I was gonna say we could put him in something we could carry back to our bar, so we can make sure it's in a location that like has fire and like actual good times, because we're entertaining people all the time, right?
I was just thinking of the construct we killed, but that could work too.
Like if we have like something like an idol or a weapon that we could maybe put him in, and then it's like, are we hanging up over like a fireplace, and it's like that's the King Fuzzy Hug blade.
Oh, wow. I'm going to ask Fuzzyhugs and be like, so if, let's say hypothetically, if we could transfer your essence to an object that just kind of remained in a dormant state, kind of like sleep, and then put it somewhere where there were good vibes and lots of heat. Is that something you'd be into?
Oh, dude, that would be great. Like I could be warm and take in those vibes? Yeah.
All right, that's great. We have a plan.
Turn back, everyone would be like, the shit is bananas, and I did not expect it to go this way, but yes, he is into that.
Fix is in. Now we just need to figure out how to transfer him.
Yeah. Do you need me anymore? Can I go back to sleep?
Oh, just hang on 1 second. We'll...
Get back to sleep. We've got the
why
plan.
don't you tell me what's your favorite place to sleep?
The place I don't gotta move from. You get me? Like I'm in my lava, man, right here.
So as King Fuzzyhugs is hopefully telling me more about that, turn back and be like, okay, let's workshop this. How can we do this?
It's warm.
You know what? Let's do it. Let's burn the Jeremy Boone. Otherwise, we'll probably end up in like the end game credits, and like we won't have use.
We still have 5,000 mana potions.
Right.
Mortimer is going to use his spell of mind illusion to create the image of Jeremy's name that he showed us towards the end of the last campaign.
Ooh.
Okay.
And he's going to say, okay, everyone focus on this.
Where are you creating it?
Like, above my hands.
Okay.
In the middle of the circle.
In the middle. What my question is can King Fuzzyhug see it?
Oh, that's the point.
This is
Yes, but does King Fuzzyhugs... Oh, it would be in Celestial, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Wait, before we do,
And it's also really
Grindelwald,
tiny though. How good is his eyesight?
Yeah.
But that's what I want to know, what role to give Fuzzyhug. If you are hiding it from him or if you are not hiding it from him. These are your decisions.
Let's say we're hiding it from him because we're not...
Before we go,
Okay.
Yeah.
Grindabin, you asked him if he had any friends. You should probably ask him if he has any enemies just in case.
Oh, that's
if
a
there was
good one.
anyone he didn't like.
Oh, it's true. All right, so aside from your favorite place to sleep, do you have any enemies? People you don't like?
Enemies?
Yeah. Aside from the person banging to wake you up all the time.
Oh, that's a dickhead. You mean, are there any dickheads back home?
Oh, okay, well, are there any dickheads? People you wouldn't want to interact with?
Oh, sure. The Council of Five. They're the ones that banished me.
Oh, who's the Council of Five?
Oh, there's Grr and Grr and also Corey.
None of those names were Jeremy. Correct? None of the names.
Yeah, I believe Jeremy spoke his name, or no, Jeremy said his name was not pronounceable.
Right.
In human tongue. So as far as the squelches are concerned, you weren't sure.
Okay. Because I do speak Celestial currently, so I just want to make sure.
Oh, okay. That's right. Both you and Sigmar speak Celestial, and so like for names, none of the squelches sounded like Jeremy.
Okay.
Even rough translations.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Still
Not
good
saying
information
not.
to have.
I'm just saying
No
that
other
it
dickheads?
sound. No, not really. Everyone just let me be except for the council. They're the ones who were like, hey, you gotta do stuff. And I was like, maybe later.
All right, he doesn't have anybody.
Okay, so we'll make let's form the huddle. Let's move the megaphone away so he can't hear us. Make the symbol in the middle of the huddle. And I say, we'll all focus on this.
Mm-hmm.
And in our heads, like in his head, Mortal will go, calling Jeremy.
Call out for Jeremy.
Everyone give me a group religion check. Give me a group religion check.
World first.
I have points in it.
Ooh, and it's an intelligence
two.
thing, so I get
Gabriella.
advantage.
Nice. 17.
Gabriella is not religious. She believes food is life.
Food is life.
Right, like Gabriella, you're like half focusing on the name, but you're still like eating that chocolate croissant. Where you're like, what are we doing? What's happening? What? Oh yeah, what? Let's see. So we have 15 to 17. 17. Yes, I will say, even with Gabriella's 2, you are able to kind of like tap into, especially because Grinderbin does have that connection looking into the ethereal plane, where you are able to focus in, and all of a sudden you hear,
Hello.
Hi, Jezza. Been a while.
Oh, Jeremy.
Friend.
What's going on?
Hey, you remember that King Fuzzyhugs you sent us after?
Sent you after?
You told us about.
Yeah, the one you told us about.
Yeah, it's got the platinum heart.
Yeah, we're 30 feet away from him right now.
Ooh.
We have a plan that he's
Tell him
on
I
board.
say hi.
Were you friends, by the way?
We knew each other, friends of friends, loose acquaintances, that's all.
Great. Well, we've got a plan, and he's sort of on board with to stop the trouble he's been causing, and we want to try to transfer his essence into something other than what he's currently in. And we were wondering if you could give us some pointers on how to do that.
The human magic is a little unknown to me. You would probably need some sort of dark wizard, I would guess. Just
Well,
off the top of my head.
What if we just had the staff that a dark wizard used to use?
Oh, yeah, that could probably work. That would have some of that magic latent in it, absolutely.
Okay, so what do we do with it? Do we just, touch one end to Fuzzyhugs and the other end to the thing we want him in, or is it more complicated than that?
Well, that's what he did to me. Yeah, he tapped one end to my essence and the other end to the statue. He said some stuff. There was something in his hand that got burnt up as he said some stuff. And he twiggled his fingers a lot. I don't know, but he say stuff, bird stuff, twiggle fingers. Maybe it'll work.
Okay.
It's hard to talk like that when you say certain
Thanks, Jeremy.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Sigmar.
Thanks for the advice. This does not count as the boon, by the way.
It's just nice to say hi. I'm doing fine, by the way. Everything's
that's
great.
great to hear.
Great, I got killed about 6 hours ago.
We did. Oh, fun. That's fun.
Yeah.
Jeremy, is there anything going on where you are with the Council of Five?
Oh, you heard about the Council of Five?
Yeah,
Yeah, Fuzzyhugs
just
mentioned it.
around the grapevine.
Oh, sure. No, right now, very boring stuff. There's infrastructure projects, like how to better facilitate the transfer of energy and the motion and light. All pretty boring. I only am around for the big elections, not for the local stuff, which I know makes me kind of a dickhead, but
You know if the council is still run by and the other 3?
And Corey.
Corey, yeah.
And Corey?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right, so
They're
they're still
very
there.
popular. Well, not Corey, but the 4 are very popular. Corey has a core group. Some might call them extremists, but he still is popular amongst most beings.
Jesus Christ.
What do ethereal beings do with infrastructure?
very important information we need to know
Listen,
about the
what
world.
a dumb question. Infrastructure is how you transfer everything. What do you do? Oh, I'm sorry. Do you live without roads and shit? It makes it easier to move. Like, our roads aren't made of bricks and stones. They're made of energy, but we still gotta move shit around.
Fair enough. I was just curious, Jeremy. You don't got to jump down my neck here.
Jeremy, our bricks and stones are made out of energy. That's the theory of relativity.
The theory of relativity. I live in a universe where happiness is a currency, dog.
Yeah,
Like, we don't
yeah.
follow your rules.
Yeah, you live in a universe that hasn't been very terribly well thought out by the sounds of it. Anyway, we got to go somewhere.
Jeremy, before you go, I just want to say it's been really nice to see you again. And you're an awesome friend, and we appreciate you coming and just having a little chat with us. And if you'd like, we can just sometimes check in every now and then. Just be like, hey girl, how you doing?
That'd be great. Love to hear from you. Thanks, Dad.
It's okay, Jeremy. Thank you so much.
Yeah, drinks
Right.
will be on us when the bar opens.
Catch you later then. Bye. Bye.
Quick, all right, so staff at both ends, twiddle fingers. Maybe I can find some. Maybe if we look through these notes, we can find something.
Maybe we should talk to Egalier. She's the powerful wizard around here.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
really
I
want
really
her
don't wanna do
grubby
that.
mitts involved in this. Like, she'll somehow figure out how to like turn them into her bracelet, and then she'll use them against us or something.
Well,
I don't
guess
know.
I'll-
I've literally seen her do exactly this when we were kids. So like, it's just bringing back that.
Also, to be clear,
And she was mean.
that's very true.
Okay.
I
that's
want
true.
this. I don't want anyone outside of us four to know we have the spirit of a celestial being in an object. That's going to be.
Yeah. And another
A
one on
secret.
speed dial.
It's literally another Jade homunculus situation
Yeah,
all over again.
Something
Yeah,
we don't
fair
want
enough.
anyone else to know that.
That's a fair point. Something
Okay.
all magic users would know is, and this is something we don't necessarily deal with on this show because it tends to just slow things down. But what you would know is that generally speaking, spells cost something. A lot of spells only have vocal components where you need to say something, but some spells have material components. What all of the magic users would know is the higher level the spell, usually the greater the cost of the material components, sometimes being a literal cost. Sometimes, like, you literally have to burn a precious gem or gold, something like that. So that is a normal magical thing, not something we always deal with on the show, but that's general information that I won't make you roll for.
We didn't take anything from the murder dime. Trust me, I was checking on the when I watched the episode. We didn't take any of the gem.
Do we have anything? If I need to make a check or something, Arcana, like what sort of value for a spirit transfer spell are we looking for here? Like a magical weapon cost, or like a, this would buy you a castle cost gem?
Ooh, let's see here. So, like, yeah, general information, like the higher level the spell, the higher the cost. Yeah, give me an Arcana check. You can even have it with advantage, as you are the one character here that uses magic the most.
The
Can I
dragon
try as
skull
well?
might have come down.
Yeah, can I get an aid or like bouncing ideas off of Mortimer?
Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
can I do the Arcana check as well?
Absolutely. Mortimer would know a lot about value as he steals a lot.
Christ, you got lucky.
Nice.
All right,
Nothing
so
to do with it. It's the magic of the Mary Berry.
Mary Berry,
Aren't
that
you
was a
glad I
mistake.
had it?
You need to go to sleep soon. With a 21, as once again, kind of Mortimer and Grinderbin are conferring with each other, like, Grinderbin, spell components, like, this has got to cost so much. Mortimer, the price of shit. Like, I know how much I can sell stuff for. And so this would have to be something that's worth at least 1,000 gold.
I mean, I know this is a problematic idea, but where is the sword of the dude we killed?
I was thinking about that.
I'm carrying it, and I've got plans for it. So shut up.
Is that what we're going to put him
it's
into?
also evidence that Becky is probably going to
That's
take issue with.
that's why I have plans for it.
Oh, okay.
But I would guess that's something that might be valuable enough. Like he was kind of pompous. That might be something valuable enough.
I don't know if it's I don't know if it's 1,000 gold valuable. Can I do a quick value assessment on it?
All right, hold on, Grinderbin. What do you got?
Wait, no. But if it's evidence and we use it as a spell component item and it's destroyed, the evidence is destroyed.
So, using Mortimer's valuation skills, does the fact that it's evidence plus the fact that it's an ancestral lucky greatsword add up to at least 1,000 gold?
What I will say is, not because it's evidence, but this was the sword of a noble, which would be decked out with gold and gems. Yes, this could easily be worth 1,000 gold.
Oh. If I pin the crime on someone else, we'll be left alone.
It has magical properties, it has gems and gold, and it's a high craftsman item. So yes, the sword, I want to say it was like the lucky something sword.
The lucky great sword. Does no one else have valuables? Sword. Am I the only one who loots bodies?
pretty much. The last thing I looted was the Maryberry, and I just gave it to Deborella.
So I don't think, unless you got a plan that doesn't involve pinning the crime on someone else with that sword, I think we should use it.
That sounds like a lot of work and also like another crime.
It's another whole crime I don't want to be involved with.
Look, if there's nothing else, fine, we can use the lucky greatsword.
All right, let's do this. Be like, all right, and grab the megaphone and be like, all right, Fuzzyhugs, we got you. You ready to be oh shoot, we need an item. What are we gonna make him?
I don't know. Do you have any trinkets? Like, I got hella knives. Just
so many knives.
So many knives.
Gonna ask Fuzzyhug. Be like, do you have a preference of the item you want to be your spirit in? You know, probably something metal so it could stay over fire and stay real hot and warm. But
oh, that'd be nice.
Do you have a preference at all? I mean, it's gonna be your body, so.
I guess the thing to keep in mind is, like, if it's poor quality and it breaks down because my essence is in it, then my essence has to go find a new host, and that's a lot of work. That would make me pretty upset, because then it's like, oh, he woke me up again.
Okay, what's the most durable thing we've got?
Quality, but metal sounds nice.
We can put him in the frying pan. Then he can be cooked with, and
well, that sounds like a good idea.
Oh my gosh, that's a really good idea.
Because when the food is eaten that he just cooked, good vibes all around.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. So we're on this burn sword, frying pan transfer.
Okay, and we have to say some words.
I guess, like wiggle our fingers.
And wiggle our fingers?
I guess if we all do it together, maybe we increase our chances.
Paint the picture for me. What does this look like?
All right.
Okay, we'll go near Fuzzyhug's head.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Be like, all right, Fuzzyhugs.
Get ready, buddy.
We're going to do this.
All right.
Okay. I'll get the greatsword ready next to this lava pit.
Okay.
Perfect. Be like, all right, put the pan down and the staff on one side. Fuzzyhugs, we're going to touch you with the staff on the other end to start the transfer.
Okay. Now, start saying words and wiggling fingers.
Okay, so who's holding the staff? Who's holding the sword? Pan's near Fuzzyhug. I need a fuller picture here.
Okay.
Maybe we're all holding hands.
Okay. Well, with one hand, I'm holding the lucky greatsword over the pit, over the lava.
I have one hand on Fuzzyhug, and I guess I'm holding Dabarella's hand.
You have one hand on Fuzzyhug holding Okay, so Dabarella, you have the staff that's touching Fuzzyhug in the pan.
I think Dabarella should hold the frying pan, and Grinderbin, you are the most arcane. I would suggest you hold the staff.
So, Grinderbin, so you have the frying pan, and what's your other hand on?
Sigmar and I are holding hands.
Okay. Then I'll hold the staff. And I'll extend my other hand to Mortimer, who has
I'll put my free hand on Grinderbin's hand.
So we are
Grinderbin
making
has the staff.
some sort of bizarre chain.
We'll figure that out in animation.
Magic.
But so but Grinderbin, you are holding the staff to Fuzzyhug's head and the pan. You have a hand on Mortimer. Mortimer has a hand on the sword. Then Dabarella has the frying pan, which is also touching the staff, and is holding a hand on Sigmar, who has a hand on Fuzzyhug.
Right, and Sigmar is humming to King Fuzzyhug.
Okay.
Child, things
Come inside our pan. Come inside our lovely pan. Come inside the pan.
Okay.
It's a lovely pan to be in. It will be so warm and nice in there. And it will make food that everyone will love.
Oh, that does sound great. As this spell, like you are focusing on the spell, the transfer of an ethereal being, a major spell that you don't necessarily know and you're trying to bullshit your way through. The very first thing I
Why
need...
break the habit of a lifetime?
Right? The first thing I need from everyone is a wisdom saving throw.
Fuck me.
With advantage.
Saving throw.
Shit.
Ooh.
Shit.
Someone has a natural aptitude for the celestial magic.
Sure as shit ain't that.
Oh, normal. There it is. And 10.
Great. No, good to know. All right. Then the next thing I need, we'll start with Grinderbin. I need an arcane check.
I
For
can
the
do that.
love of fuck, please work.
All right, Arcana.
Grinderbin, you take 10 damage.
As long as that's it.
It's fine.
You
What
take
sort of?
10 psychic damage.
Ooh, it's all internal.
And as you feel this wave of pain go through you, you see in your head the picture of a cabin in the woods. And this picture of the cabin in the woods, you kind of know the location as far as Ongundari is concerned. And a small idea is planted into your head that you think, Grinderbin thinks this is a good idea, is I should head over there one of these days. Next down the chain would be, let's see, that would be Dabarella. Dabarella, I need an arcane check from you.
Fucking
Jesus.
hell!
What is wrong with this software?
Oh man! So
Dabarella.
we're all getting subplots thanks to this.
Dabarella, you take 14
That's
points of
fine.
psychic damage.
Jesus.
23.
And you know, all of a sudden, like, yes, you are having some bizarre feelings, some bizarre thoughts, quite similar to Grinderbin. You all of a sudden see this cabin in the woods, and like what a safe spot! I could cook there. You now have a compulsion to head to this location that you know of on Gundari. Obviously, it's not anything that needs to happen right now, but it's something that needs to happen. More specifically, you because you did even worse on your wisdom save, you hone in on a specific room in the cabin. You have to get to that room. We'll deal with that later.
That's making me feel sick and really stressed. I'm like gonna have nightmares about this.
Yeah, absolutely, as you should. By the way, you all decided to use a magical staff without investigating it first that you knew was from a dark wizard. Like, let's just put this into perspective. Next in the chain is Sigmar. Sigmar, I need an arcane check, and if you could not get a natural one, I would love to not kill the entire party.
Oh, well, that's better. That's better than 1.
Too bad.
Wow, still lower than my score, but you didn't roll a 1.
So, all right. So, Sigmar, Sigmar, you
Absolutely
take
ridiculous.
8 points of damage. And really, it's 8 points of psychic damage. You have no vision, but yeah, you're feeling like life force being drained out of you. Last in the chain is Mortimer. We need an Arcana check, Mortimer.
Roll
With
the 20,
advan-
baby.
With
Roll a
advantage.
20.
With advantage.
Roll a 20, baby.
Wow! That just saved you. And possibly all of us.
That berry.
That berry.
That Mary Berry. So,
Never
well,
love the
like
berry.
not. So, by the way, not only the Mary Berry, but the fact that you've all decided to link together means that you didn't fail. Because if it was just one of you trying this, you would have failed, and oh boy, there would have been consequences. This way, some of the damage was spread out. Okay, so basically, like as you are trying to channel the wizardry energy out of this staff that you have never used, performing a spell that you've never performed before, it starts bursting through all of you. And it gets to Mortimer, and Mortimer, because you have the material component in your hand, it sends a wave through your body, stops at the material component, and it can't touch the lava. This great sword just explodes in your hand, or burns up in your hand, much like a spell scroll would, and it sends that wave back through everyone. Let's see here. As this energy gets passed back through everyone, Sigmar, Grinderbin, and Dabarella, you take an additional 2 points of damage.
Oof, okay.
But luckily,
Thinking, boy, this is going really well.
quite luckily, Mortimer is like your grounding, basically, where like a lightning bolt has passed through all of you, but has been able to find its endpoint. And yes, the energy goes back through you all, and you see a burst of prismatic colors come out of Fuzzyhug and through the staff and into Dabarella's frying pan, and all of this glittering energy sucks back into Dabarella's frying pan.
Right, well, that went well. How's everyone doing?
Yeah, I dropped to my knees like,
Dabarella just bursts into absolute tears. The reason being because I think I'm about to.
Bloody lightweights.
So what I will say for both Grinderbin and Dabarella, you see this vision of the cabin. You feel a compulsion to go there, but there is also a part of you that feels like not sharing that information.
Ooh, okay.
Dear.
It's very subtle. You can do with that what you will, but like you feel like, oh, I need to go to this cabin. Maybe I can go by myself. Maybe the other people don't need to know.
All right.
Dabarella, you can give me though an intelligence check. As a character, you are a very open character. Okay, with an 11. You do feel like you know the cabin, you know the location, you want to go there, you want to go to that room. And you feel that voice inside you saying like, we can do this by ourselves. This isn't going to be a big deal. We can go there by ourselves. With an intelligence check of 11, what I'm going to say is like, there's a little bit of fight in you. Where you're like, that doesn't sound like something I would say, but that is how I'm feeling. Weird. But beyond that, externally, all of this
So I'm not
magical
telling
energy,
them?
that's up to you.
Oh no,
Okay,
I genuinely feel like I want to vomit. Like I am not okay right now. I don't like that it's a specific room. Dabarella just goes, "The scary thing in head, but I want to go there."
That's called a brain, Dabarella. I didn't think you'd recognize it. So, anyone got any ideas of how to get this heart out? Speaking of organ transfer.
Sigmar looks over at Dabarella. You all right?
No, can we check if King Fuzzyhugs can hear us now that he is smaller?
Can we tell that
She
the
just
body
holds out the
is
pen.
the body absent in essence?
The what you notice after like the giant flash of light and noise and energy, there is now an eerie silence, like almost like you got used to the giant breathing noises, and it is now uncomfortably silent in this cavern.
And
So is this a corpse? Like it's not gonna like deteriorate or something?
what if it just gives the corpse a little boot in the face?
It's a fleshy wall.
Is there a way
Where
to
even
tell
is the heart?
on a worm?
Does anyone have like
Yeah.
a metal detector spell?
Anyone want to give me a nature check?
Yeah,
sure.
YOLO.
Yeah, I've still got the advantage on this, and Mortimer's very invested in knowing where this heart is.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, Mortimer, with your 16 nature check. Really interesting thing about worm biology, by the way. Like, they don't have a single heart like humans do. Their heart is more akin to almost a giant spinal cord and rib cage that encompasses their entire body. So it's like a line on their back and then like a half circle all from their head to their tail. The heart of a worm is a ginormous and complex part of its body.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is we need to make the incision at the back of the head.
What I'm hearing is we can't. We have no physical way of taking this with us.
Platinum is a very, very bloody valuable metal. We are going to get as much as we can carry. However, we can.
Deborah's still really shaking, like just like the thing shaking, and she just goes, I have a war pick. I could maybe get some out. I don't think we're going to be able to get it all out, but we can get some.
Well, I assume we couldn't carry it all. And Mortimer will relay what he knows about worm hearts, that apparently he knew.
We didn't get any like teleportation scrolls from Queen O, Grindelwald?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So I'm going to go to where the spine will start.
Mm-hmm.
And Mortimer's just going to start hacking into the flesh with his short sword.
It's gonna be like start like walk over to Dabarella and then stop and turn to Mortimer and be like, maybe that would be easier from the inside.
Come on, help me hack at this worm then. Hack, 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 stab, stab, slice, gouge, gouge.
And I jump up on top of the worm with Mortimer with my short sword, and I start trying to cut into the thing until I can see Platinum.
Sure. Everyone who is trying to stab into King Fuzzyhug, you're maybe doing a little. He is a being that is currently like laying in lava for pleasure. Your swords are doing almost dick.
Well, I guess we might have to go from the inside then. What's it like inside his mouth?
Lots of teeth.
Dangerous.
What are his teeth made of?
Teeth,
Bone,
Platinum?
calcium.
I think that was a fair question, being as hard.
Fair question. No, you're a fair question. If you're able to kind of like pry open the mouth a little bit, and they seem to be in like very sturdy teeth, but they're almost like pincers. Actually, you know what we can do here?
Open up his mouth.
Swap the model. I'm deeply upset about this cabin thing.
As you should be.
At some point, I'm going to ask you about it, but
That's a problem for future, Dabarella.
It's a very current problem for now, Amy. I'm going to be like really upset about this.
While teeth are being investigated, Grindelwald will walk up to Dabarella and be like, "What's that about some scary thing you saw?"
There was a cabin and a room, and I think I need to go there.
Well, maybe you don't need to go there. I mean, maybe it was something from, weird thought transferred through Fuzzyhug that came through your head, and, it's not really a thing you need to do, but just some fragment of a disconnected memory.
What are you guys talking about?
Don't care. Stab.
All right, Mortimer.
Inside the hug.
Inside the hug.
Tell me you just made this map.
No, I've prepared for everything.
Yeah, Jack
I am very. I'm telling you, I have prepared for contingencies, and I
Is the
thought
cabin
you might.
ready? Like, if we just poofed there right now, is the cabin ready?
I guess you'll have to tell me you want to poof there, and then we'll see.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Okay, hey guys, there's a whole room in here.
I know from Mortimer's perspective, this might look like a bunch of white wizard hats, but I am telling you that these are the teeth of King Fuzzyhug because my map-making tools don't include giant teeth for some reason. So,
Okay.
So I follow Mortimer inside the mouth.
okay.
You're like, hey, look, let's talk about this weird cabin place later. But right now, I
Okay.
think we're safe.
I noticed there's a door at the far end of the throat.
so what you see, you do
I
see a
would
door.
like to see the inside of this mouth.
Okay, so you're going to hop in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll hop in too. I don't want to be alone after what's just happened.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's Grinderpin and
God.
Dabrella.
Oh, wow.
I had a lot of fun making this one. While you see a door, what you actually see is like the inside of a giant worm's mouth. You are surrounded by these rather pointy, incredibly sturdy-looking teeth. The mouth seems to be rather porous. Like you can kind of see the outsides of some of the areas, but it all funnels towards basically, a throat that can open and close. It is currently closed with muscle tissue. And so as you pry your way into King Fuzzyhug's now lifeless mouth, actually a quick bit of housekeeping, because I know, Dabrella, you are in a shaken mental state. What have you done with the frying pan that now has the essence of King Fuzzyhug?
Still just holding it.
You're just holding the frying pan. Okay,
Like
great.
she's gripping for dear life. Like she's very stressed.
And Grinderbin, what have you done with the staff?
Oh boy. Probably put it. Oh, I don't want it sitting next to Dory. Oh no.
What I will say is what you would feel more comfortable if you kept the staff on you.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that, Jack. All right.
You're
Well, I guess I'll keep
someone's-
this staff on me.
Someone's getting possessed.
Put it, kind of stuff it between like, a bag in the back, like kind of
Right. Okay.
slump it in
Great.
there.
As you make your way inside Fuzzyhug's mouth, off in the distance, you hear battle cries. You hear footsteps running towards you. You can make out the distant voices of Queen O, of Queen Crunchyfoot, the dwarven soldiers. We can assume that they saw the explosion and came to your aid as you are now in the lifeless mouth of dead Fuzzyhug. And that's where we're going to have to leave it for this week. Because it's time to wrap up.
Nice.
I'm so happy that you went inside the mouth and I got to use this map.
Well, you clearly put some work in.
I'm so excited.
I can tell from the
I-
wizard hats.
Yeah,
What else are you going to use for big teeth? That's what I'm saying.
No, it absolutely works.
totally.
It works. It does work.
Yeah.
I try to be prepared for every contingency. Hey, everybody, thanks for watching and or listening to Adventure is Nigh. We will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Gonna get me some platinum goodness. Yum, 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 yum.